I'm sorry first for loving big, for feeling worse, for texting back a little fast, for caring more than others asked. I used to shrink to make it smooth, to seem more chill, to hide the truth. But soft hearts aren't a thing to hide. There's something sacred held inside. If I'm too much, then maybe you're too small to hold a love that gives its all. I won't apologize again for loving deep or being when I need a heart that meets me there, that doesn't flinch when I lay bare. I'm not afraid to feel it all. If I'm too much, then maybe you're too small. I don't need someone to fix, just someone not afraid to mix their storm with mine and not retreat. When love gets louder, feels too deep. Too much is only true for those who never dare to fully close the gap between what's safe and real. I won't deny the way I feel. If I'm too much, then let me be alone, but not pretend I'm made of stone. I want a love that feels like yes, not something I must second guess. So if I scare you, that's okay. I'll find a soul that wants to stay. You won't forget the way I loved. If I'm too much, then you weren't enough. If I'm too much, then do anymore, but not pretend I'm made of stone. I want a love that feels like yes, not something I must second guess. So if I scare you, that's okay. I'll find a soul that wants to stay. You won't forget the way I loved. If I'm too much, then you weren't enough. You left without a final word, no message sent, no truth I heard. I searched for meaning in the space where you erased your side of grace. I waited months for something clear, a voice, a reason, even tears. But silence wrapped around your name and left me holding all the blame. So I gave myself the closure you never had the strength to give. I stopped rereading every thread gave myself the closure you never let begin. I wrote the words you wouldn't say and let them float the pain away. I burned the letters in my chest and chose my silence as my rest. You didn't break me with goodbye, you just revealed the way you lie. And I don't need an end from you. When I've become my own me too, I gave myself the closure with one deep breath, one final cry. I kissed the ghost, released the grip, and watched my own soul learn to fly. You never showed, you never stayed, but I still healed in quiet ways. I'm whole without your final bit. I gave myself the closure you never took. I waited while you wandered far, while you kept weighing who you are. You came so close, then pulled away and promised maybe one more day. I held the space, I made it warm, tried to be calm inside your storm. But every time I reached for more, you stood uncertain at the door. You took too long to choose me, and now my hands are free. I begged with silence, not with words, and loved you softly through the blur. But love delayed still feels like no, and now I've learned to let it go. I'm not a question, I'm the key. You took too long to choose me. I used to pray you'd turn around, that one day soon your heart was found. But clarity that needs a clock was never love, it's just a block. So take your time, but not my soul. I won't keep waiting just to hold the pieces you won't give away. I'm building peace that wants to stay. You took too long to choose me, and now the page has turned. I gave my all, I lit loved in ways they never saw, in silent care and softened awe, in checking in without a cue, in choosing us when days felt blue. I bent to meet their quiet need. I stayed through silence, took no lead. I gave the love I hoped to get, but all I got was cold regret. I deserve the kind of love I give, not half alive but full to live, the kind that stays without a test, that shows up when I need it best, that sees my soul and doesn't run, that doesn't dim what I've become. No more less than no forgive. I deserve the kind of love I give. I won't pretend that I need less, or hide my heart to feel success. I won't keep shrinking to be safe. I want a love that holds its weight. So if your care feels out of reach, and if I always have to teach, then that's a sign, not my delay. Real love won't make me beg to stay. I deserve the kind of love I give, the kind that listens when I live, that matches effort, mirrors light, that doesn't leave me up all night. I won't accept a love unsure. I'm not a lesson to endure. I am a heart that's built to give, and I deserve that kind of love to live. I used to stare at every text, searching for love between the next. You gave me half, I filled the rest, and called that hope inside my chest. I used to think that love was this, a game of hints and almost kiss. But steady hearts don't need a script, they show up whole, not just a grip. If I have to guess, then it's not love. If I feel tense instead of held, that's not what true connection does. If I stay up just wondering if I mean anything to you, then that's not love, it's just a loop. I want the kind that speaks enough. If I have to guess, it's not love. You gave me silence, called it space. I made excuses, gave you grace, but now I know what love should be. It's clarity, not mystery. Love doesn't hide behind delay. It doesn't leave the nest to stay. Love doesn't make you doubt your worth. It meets you steady like the earth. If I have to guess, then I release the weight I carry just for peace. Real love is calm, not edge and blur. It doesn't make you feel unsure. So if you can't come fully through, I'll find a love that's simply new, because my heart has had enough. If I have to guess, it's not love. I cry at songs that barely swell, at silent looks and long goodbyes. I carry weight in every word and feel the truth behind the lies. I've heard you're just a little much, too in your head, too out of touch. But what they call too deep or wide is where I bloom, not where I hide. I feel everything, and I'm not sorry now for trembling hands or furrowed brow. I'd rather feel not where I held than miss the beauty in the clouds. I break sometimes, and that's okay. I'm not afraid to feel that way. This heart of mine won't learn to bow. I feel everything, and I'm not sorry now. I notice colors others skip, the way a voice begins to slip. I sense the pain behind a smile and sit with it for quite a while. I used to try to dull the flame, to play the part, to seem the same, but numb is not the life I seek. I'd rather shake and sing and speak. I feel everything, and that's my quiet gift. My tears, my love, the way I shift through joy and ache in one small day, and still choose softness anyway. So say I'm deep, say I'm too much, but I won't trade this for a crutch. This heart still beats without a bluff. I feel everything, and that's enough.
Even if I'm not okay, can I still rest today? I used to hide my aching parts under smiles and quiet starts, but the cracks still glow at night. Even broken holds some light. I've been been tired for so long, pretending strength to feel strong. But sometimes the strongest thing is letting go of everything. Even if I'm not okay, can I still lay down today?
I loved you in silence, even when you didn't stay. I held you without words, watched you leave without blame. No goodbye, no sharp sound, just space where your name used to hang around. I waited in still rooms with echoes of what we were. But some love isn't loud, it whispers when it hurts. I loved you in silence, in silence, loved me back. You were gone before the door, but I still kept track. Your voice became a breeze, your touch just a memory. But I didn't chase the sound, I let it drift down. I loved you in silence, with no reason to ask why. You don't have to love me. I thought they forgot me, but I'm still here, still soft. We moved on without pause, like I was just a moment lost. But even if they never look back, I'm still whole with what I lack. I break quietly, like petals fall into the sea, and no one saw when I let go. But I still bloomed in silent snow. I'm still here, still soft, still breathing. Though I got lost, I never shouted, never screamed, but I still held on to quiet dreams. I used to ask, what's wrong with me? Why don't they stay? Why don't they see? But now I know they weren't meant to hold the heart that never bent. I'm still here, still soft, not bitter, just a little tossed. I carry peace. I'm learning to forgive me, not all at once, just gently. I said things to myself that I'd never say to anyone else. Held shame like it was mine to keep, or silence instead of sleep. I blamed my heart for breaking, called it weak for aching. But now I see the cracks were signs of trying too many times. I'm learning to forgive me, not because I'm healed, but because I'm ready to be softer with my scars, to stop chasing who we are. I look back at old mistakes, and now I just let them fade. I was young, I was afraid, and that's okay to say. I'm learning to forgive me, not erase, just set free. I'll still feel, I'll still cry, but I won't keep asking why. I don't need to be new to deserve something true. I'm learning to forgive me in the dark, so quietly. If no one sees it, that's alright. I'll hold myself through the night. I'm learning to forgive me, and finally let me be. If no one sees it, that's I'm not rushing, I'm just starting softly. I left without goodbye, needed to fall to learn how to rise. It's been quiet inside my chest, like winter's hush after unrest. I used to force a smile too wide, but now I let the tears decide. Not every day has to shine. Some hearts glow only with time. So I'm starting softly, not a sprint, just slow steps calmly. No big words, no loud plans, just open hands and softer lands. The wind knows how I feel, it never pushes, it only heals. And
if I never know why, will the sky still hold me? Some things just drift away without reason, without a name. And I've cried for what won't return, but even pain can learn. They said I'd find peace when I knew, but what if I never do? What if healing doesn't explain, but only softens the weight of pain? So if I never know why, I'll still breathe, still try. Let the wind take the question and leave the quiet behind. I looked for signs for so long, but nothing made me feel strong.
Maybe I'll just rest here, not fix, not fight, just breathe. I've been chasing light for years, trying to outrun my tears. But maybe healing isn't far. Maybe it's right here where you are. I always thought I had to rise, prove my strength, hide the cries. But today I feel too small to stand up at all. So maybe I'll just rest here, let the wind wash me clear. No more climbing, no more noise, just my breath and softer voice. There's no shame in lying down, no guilt in wearing a frown. My heart has done its best, maybe it just needs rest. Maybe I'll just rest here in the quiet with no fear. Let the ocean hold my weight, let the silence medicate. I'm not giving up, I'm just letting go of trying to be what I don't know. Maybe I'll just rest here, not tomorrow, not next year, but now, in this soft night, with no need to make it right. Maybe I'll just rest here, and that can be enough.
Not rushing, not loud, I'm just coming back to me. You gave too much away, tried to be what made them stay. Lost my voice in trying to please, forgot my name in keeping peace. But the quiet never left me, it waited by the sea. And now I walk slowly toward the girl who used to be. I'm coming back to me with soft hands and shaky knees. I won't shout, but I'll breathe, and every breath will set me free. It's not perfect, but it's mine. This little heart, this quiet sunshine, I just need to feel the sky. I'm coming back to me. After all the noise, I need to flee. I'll put myself where I feel whole. Even if I'm still not bold, she's still here, the girl I lost, waiting where the silence was. I'm coming back to me, slowly, softly, finally free. No mask, no pain to hide, just me on my own side. I'm not rushing, I'm not loud, but I'm coming back now.
We haven't cried, but I still ache. I haven't moved, but I still break. And though my lips don't form the words, my heart is still being heard. I used to think I had to show every tear for you to know, but now I sit with nothing said and hope you see what's in my head.
Even silence is something. It's not empty, it's just resting. I'm still here, even without sound. Still hurting, still around.
Please don't ask for more than this. This hush is how I exist. I'm not gone, I'm not numb, I'm just too tired to run. Even silence is something. Even quiet can be stunning. I don't need to shout or scream, I just need to breathe unseen. If I sit without
I don't know who I am, but I know I'll come back to me somewhere between the trying and the tears. I stopped recognizing myself in the mirror. I gave too much to being enough until my edges weren't mine to touch. But even now, even this small, there's a whisper that won't fall. I'll come back to me, maybe slowly, maybe softly, but I'll find her in the quiet where the noise can't reach me. It might not look like before, I might not want what I once swore, but if I follow the gentlest light, I'll feel myself again at night. I'll come back to me, not with fire.
I don't have to be anything
strong, not bright, not brave, not right. I've worn too many names like clothes. None of them ever felt like home. I don't need to shine today, I just need to float in this gray. Not rise, not fall, just breathe. That's all. I don't have to be anything. Not a story, not a song. I'm still worthy, even if I'm quiet, even if I'm not strong. No gold star, no perfect word, just my breath still being heard. I've pushed for so long, but tonight I can just belong. I don't have to be anything. No answer, no flame. I'm allowed to sit in silence without shame, without a name. I've done enough to earn this rest, and if I don't move, that's still progress. I don't have to be. I'm not happy, I'm not sad, but this is enough for now. No spark, no ache, just stillness that doesn't break. And maybe that's a kind of grace, to not be lost and not in place. I used to chase a perfect high or fall too deep just to cry. But this moment isn't loud, it's soft, it's round. This is enough for now. No fireworks, no clouds, just a breath. I didn't force a quiet step off the course. I don't need to prove I'm okay or show I'm healing every day. I just need this kind of still, where no one asks and I can feel. This is enough for now. No better, no how. Just a heart, not screaming loud. Just a soul, unfolding proud. Not every day has to rise. Some days just open their eyes. This is enough for now. Not perfect, not allowed. Just mine, just here, just this, and clear. I'm not happy.
You don't have to understand, just hold my hand. Oh, I've been through things I don't explain, not because I won't, just because they still remain. Not every scar wants to be named, Some just ask to be seen without shame. If you sit with me in this air, you feel the weight I used to bear. You don't have to ask me why. You just have to stay nearby. You don't have to understand. You don't need to make a plan. Just be, just breathe. Just hold me like a friend who believes. I don't need to be soft tonight. I just need less of the fight. If your heart is soft and still, that alone you don't have to move, not tonight. Before you did was stay. You still made it through the day, even if your voice is small. You're still standing after it all. You don't need to push right now. You don't have to figure out how. Some hearts heal when they're still. Some wounds close without will. You don't have to move, just breathe, just choose to sit in this air with nothing loud, nothing to prove. You're allowed to pause and rest, to not be perfect, to not feel best. You've come far, more than you see. You're already where you need to be. You don't have to move, just exist and soothe your tired soul, your gentle hands. You're enough right where you stand. Peace doesn't chase, it waits in quiet places with open gates. You don't have to. You don't have to talk, just stay. I don't need an answer tonight, just your hand, just soft light. I've said enough in silence too. Can you hear what I've been through? Some things hurt in quiet ways, not loud, but they still stay. And all I ask, with all I've got, is please be near, even if you're not. Stay without words. Don't explain what you've heard. Your calm is all I need. Just you and your steady peace. The world talks fast and moves too loud, but you make space without a sound. I don't want help, I just want time to feel like this heart is still mine. Stay without words. Don't fix, don't stir. Just sit while I exist, and let me know I'm not missed. You don't have to speak to love me well. You just have to. You were a quiet flame, never loud, never stayed. But somehow you stayed long enough to write your name on my softest parts. I don't cry like I used to, but when the wind moves, I still feel you. Not as weight, not as age, just as someone I once made. It still lives in me, not to haunt, just to be like a song you don't play loud, but still hum when no. I didn't always choose who I became. Some of it was shaped by silence, some of it was built inside moments. I didn't feel safe, so I learned how to disappear without leaving, how to stay quiet in rooms that didn't listen anyway. I became careful with every word, with every move. Measured my presence like it could cost me something if I took up too much. I became agreeable even when it hurt, because saying no never felt like an option. I said yes just to be safe, even when I didn't mean it. I smiled when I wanted to scream, softened when I wanted to break, and kept apologizing for being too much and not enough at the same time. I became who they needed because I didn't know that I was allowed to be who I was. I kept peace, even if it meant losing mine. I stayed, even when my body begged me feel tenderness for the version of me who did what she had to do to survive. She wasn't weak, she was adapting. She wasn't broken, she was protecting. She wasn't lost, she was learning how to live in a world that didn't always make space for softness. And I forgive her for shutting down, for staying silent, for shrinking, for holding too much, for hiding her hurt, polite words. I forgive her for the survival she mistook for identity, for the strength that was really fear, for the choices that were made without feeling like there were other choices. I forgive what I had to become, and I thank her for keeping me alive. I didn't always treat you gently, didn't listen when you whispered, didn't stop when you begged for rest. I thought survival meant ignoring you, and I confused silence with strength. You asked me to slow down, but I kept running, not because I wanted to, but because I didn't know I had permission to stop. I pushed you, and you held me. I judged you, and you still stayed. I blamed you for breaking without asking what broke you. I wanted you to look different, feel different, move faster, hurt less, wordless. I punished you for needing and apologized every time you took up space. But still you stayed through every sleepless night, through every ache I ignored, every cry I silenced, every moment I chose everyone else before you. You never gave up on me, not when I mistook pain for failure, don't have to be her anymore. The version of me who never asked for anything, who didn't speak until someone else had finished deciding what she needed, what she needed. I don't have to stay small to be accepted, don't have to keep shrinking to stay loved. I don't have to smile just so people won't leave, or say nothing just to keep the peace. I am allowed to need rest without apologizing, to want quiet without guilt, to move slowly without explaining what I'm recovering from. I've spent too many years earning a place in rooms that never noticed when I was hurting. I softened my voice because they said I was too much, then wondered why I stopped speaking. But I'm not here to be a version of myself that makes others comfortable. I'm not here to perform strength or package my healing in a way that's easy to admire, helps and understands. I don't owe the world a polished version of myself. I don't need to be more healed, more hopeful, more certain just to be seen. Who I am right now, this tired, this tender, this undone, is still enough. I am allowed to be someone soft, someone slow, someone learning how to come home without asking for permission, without waiting to be perfect first. This version of me, the quiet one, the one who finally stayed. She belongs to, she always did, even now, especially now. I don't wanna check the list, don't wanna be productive, don't wanna turn my rest into something earned. I don't wanna call it recovery just because I'm still. I wanna be still without turning it into a process. I'm tired of attaching value to how much I accomplish, how fast I heal, how well I hide what's still heavy. I wanna have a day where existing is the only anything I have to do, and it's enough. I don't want to perform clarity. I don't want to explain the fog. I don't want to turn every quiet moment into something profound. Some days are just soft and slow and silent, and they matter too. I don't want to show up with a polished version of peace. I want to arrive as I am, undone, unsure, tender in all the places that still feel exposed. No productivity, no purpose, no self-improvement, just breath, just drive, just heart beating, even if it aches. If I make it to inspire today, not here to impress, I'm here to stay alive in the smallest, kindest way, by not forcing myself to do anything I'm not ready for. If I make it through today without fixing, without proving, without performing, that is enough. That is survival, that is grace. Let me exist without doing. Let me be without giving. Let me rest without needing a reason, because this is I thought I'd be farther, thought I'd be clearer, thought the pain would have passed by the time I reached this year. I pictured a version of me who smiled with both hands open, who moved without fear, who didn't flinch when someone asked how she was doing. I imagined a future where I felt proud, not confused, where my heart wasn't still sorting through everything it never got to say. I thought I'd have answers, some kind of peace, maybe a place that felt more like home than a question mark. I thought I'd be glowing, healed, whole, not here, still wondering why joy feels so far away. And I miss her, the version I imagined, the one who always knew what she wanted, the one who wasn't tired just for waking up. I miss believing that time meant progress, that age meant clarity, that pain would always have purpose. But here I version, not her, just me, just soft and unsure, and learning to love the quiet between answers. I'm not who I thought I'd be, but maybe that's okay. Maybe growth isn't a straight line. Maybe grief is part of becoming. I've built peace from pieces I didn't know I'd have to hold. I've stayed kind in silence. I've survived without recognition, and maybe that's more than I give myself credit for. So tonight I miss her, but I don't hate me. I'm still here, and maybe that matters more than anything I thought I'd be. I used to start my days with armor, layers of fake light, smiles I didn't mean, words that kept people far enough not to see how close I was to falling apart. I said I'm fine before I knew how I felt. Kept my hand steady even when my chest wasn't. I gave just enough to keep people comfortable, never enough to let them close. I stayed in rooms I didn't belong in, just so no one would ask why I left, and I clapped for others while quietly wondering if anyone ever saw me at all. I didn't want to be a burden, so I swallowed my silence, turned my sadness into something polite, held my breath so no one would call it too much. But I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not hiding, not shrinking, not cutting my softness down to size, just to stay loved. I don't have to pretend to be stronger than I am. Don't have to hide my questions just because no one has the answers. Don't have to smile if I'm breaking underneath it. This is who I am, raw, slow, quiet, honest. And I am not less just because I take longer to put myself back together. I'm still healing, still figuring out what safety feels like. But I know this, I don't have to perform my healing for it to be real. know that what I offer may not shine, but it's true, and I'm tired of giving anything else. I don't have to pretend anymore, not to be okay, not to be ready, not to be whole, just to be held. I've belonged to expectations, to silence, to pressure, to rooms that ask me to be less, to people who loved the parts of me I didn't want to keep. I've belonged to survival, to structure, to stories that were never mine. I twisted myself into what they needed and called it love. But now I'm unlearning every version of me that existed to stay accepted, every smile that cost too much, every yes that sounded like self-abandonment. I'm calling back the pieces I left in places that never asked how I was, just what I could give, what I could carry, what I could quiet. I'm no longer chasing spaces that make me prove I'm worthy of being held. No longer reshaping my softness to fit inside someone else's outline of strength. I want to belong to my own breath again, to my stillness, to the sound of my name when it's said with gentleness by the voice inside me, not the voices outside. I want to belong to this moment, not the next version of me, not the someday when I'm better, but here now, tired and enough. I don't need to be inspiring to be valuable, don't need to be healing fast to be growing, don't need to be bright to be real. I just need to feel safe in my own body, my own voice, my own softness again. And today that starts by choosing to belong to myself more than I belong to anything else. So if I move slow, if I speak less, if I say no, if I don't show up the way I used to, know this, I'm some days I don't recognize myself, the way I speak, the way I stay silent, the way I need rest. more than movement. I wonder where the old me went, the one who used to try harder, speak louder, move faster, smile on command. I grieve the version who didn't question so much, who didn't carry so many quiet things. But I know now she wasn't free, she was surviving by pretending. And maybe I'm not lost, just in between the life that shaped me and the life that's waiting when I finally stop asking permission to be whole. Maybe becoming is messy, soft uncertainty. Maybe it doesn't feel like a beginning. Maybe it just feels like breathing through what you used to hide. I'm slower now, but I listen more. I cry easier, but I break less. I ask for space and don't shrink after. I speak softer and mean it more. No, I'm not who I was, but maybe that's the point. Maybe losing her is how I return to me. I don't need to know the ending to keep moving. I don't need to feel certain to be on the right path. I just need to stay present, gentle, honest, with the version of me who's learning everything for the first time. Maybe I'm not lost, maybe I'm just becoming, and maybe that's a kind of peace.